Good morning, River Bluff. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mr. Shoemate and I teach social studies here. I'm here to tell you a little bit about myself and how I got into teaching, why I'm here, and of an experience that it means a lot to me and it changed my life forever. So May 16th, 2011 was like any other day for me. It was a Monday and I went home from work, had dinner with my family and my children, had some friends over, and I took our friends home after we had dinner. On the way back from dropping off our friends, we were involved in a car collision. There was a girl, she's 24 years old, and she was working at a golf tournament, serving drinks to the guests at the golf tournament, and she had drank so much that her blood alcohol level was 3 times the legal limit. She swerved into our lane and hit us head on. I don't remember anything that happened before or pretty much during that accident. One of the paramedics that came asked me if the girl in the back seat of my car was my daughter, and then it hit me that my daughter was here with me and I didn't know how she was. About 2 hours later, after they were able to cut me out of the car, get me to the hospital, and they were able to contact my wife, and she was able to come see me. And I held her hand when she walked into the room. I was laying on the hospital bed in the ER, and my first question to her was, "How's Ella?" And her words to me were that she didn't make it. I had a lot of physical injuries at the time, but nothing was as painful as losing my daughter. But I would give anything I own to have a day with my daughter again. I would give a life of living that pain if I had her with me. Ella was a very active and lively girl. When I enjoyed, she was my only daughter. We had 4 kids at the time of the accident and 3 boys, and she was our girl. And I enjoyed being able to pick her up and dance with her and sing with her, and she liked it. She was wild and she had tons of energy, but when I would do that, she was calm, and she would just sit in my arms as long as I wanted to sing to her and dance with her. It made me feel pretty special.
She definitely was a daddy's girl. She felt like a princess, and she always wanted to be a princess, and she loved to dance, and she loved to eat. She loved to take care of everyone she was around. If there was a baby anywhere near her, she was all over that baby, taking care of it. She was a little mama. We called her Little Mama a lot. Joseph was her baby.
We brought him home from the hospital, but he wasn't ours. You think she still watches over you at all? I like that video we have where you guys are dancing with her in the kitchen, and she's trying to follow what you guys are doing, and she's kind of going a little bit crazy maybe.
She was very good at getting her brothers to dance with her.
She wasn't a perfect child. She would get in trouble, and she was full of energy. But when she wasn't here anymore, we really noticed that she wasn't here because the noise level in the house it went down way too much. It was almost painful how quiet the house was after she wasn't here anymore. The accident happened on a Monday and her funeral was on that Saturday. So my goal throughout that week was to get to where I could get to her funeral. When my friend wheeled me in to the room where she was laying in her casket, and it really hit me that her death was real and that she was gone. Up until then, maybe I had a little bit of hope that she was okay, and I just didn't see her for a few days. But when I saw her body in the casket, it tore my heart, and I cried uncontrollably for a little while. She was a 24-year-old who, because of the death of my daughter that she caused and the serious bodily injury to me that she caused, she was facing 2 felony counts of DUI, which in South Carolina carried a maximum penalty of 40 years in prison. But more important than the penalty, the legal penalty of 2 felony DUIs, was the pain that she has, and she continues to have to this day, that she knows that she caused the death of a 4-year-old girl.
I awoke in the hospital to police notifying me that I had caused a collision and a little girl was dead. They read me my rights and I requested a lawyer. The only thing I said was to tell the Shoemate family I was sorry. There aren't enough words to describe my guilt. To this day, I wish it was I who was killed and Ella survived. While I was in the hospital, the nurses who helped me were also helping Devin. They told me that the Shoemates were praying for me. My mom and I didn't realize there were people like this in the world.
Soon after Ella died, and my wife and I felt that there was something that we could do, so we created the Gabrielle Shoemate Foundation, which exists for the purpose simply of bringing happiness to children. Last year when I was student teaching here, Ms. Dooley heard about our foundation and what we do, and she suggested that River Bluff get involved. And we talked to Ms. Cunningham, and they thought that we could help 40 children. So we found the kids and prepared the names, and I personally was humbled and was inspired by what you guys did. Now, we're a little bit selective in the children that we help. We don't help children who have the means other ways. We don't just select children whose families would like to have gifts. In fact, we turn away some families if we realize that they're getting help from other means. These are families who would not have Christmas at all if not for what you guys do. That their needs are often things that we take for granted. They want simple things like clothes, books, simple hygiene needs, and you have the privilege to be able to provide that to them. Sometimes even today, it's tough not having my Ella around. When I see her pictures or watch these videos of her, it kind of pulls at my heart to know that she's not here. But then when I get to be a part of something like this program, and I see what you guys do for other people, it makes me feel that maybe Ella's spirit is still here, is still involved. It makes me feel the happiness that she brings to me.